Tonight, we're learning more about the heartbreaking toll Donald Trump's far-reaching immigration crackdown is having on children. NBC News reports that as of January, more than 900 children have been held in family detention for longer than 20 days. That's according to data collected by court-appointed monitors and shared with NBC News and NBC Dallas-Fort Worth. That 20-day limit was set under the Flores Agreement. You may have heard of it before. It's a decades-old binding federal settlement that officials are routinely violating. Among the victims of those violations is the El Gamal family, a mother and her 5 children, ranging in age from 5 to 18. They've been held at Dilley Detention Center in South Texas for more than 9 months. This week, they sent letters and drawings to the Senate Judiciary Committee describing their conditions inside and pleading for a way out. One of those letters reads, quote, "I miss my friends from school so much. I really miss my sister. I really miss my mom's food. Please get us out of here." Joining us now is immigration attorney Eric Lee. He's a partner at Lee and Godshall Bennett, and he represents the El Gamal family. Eric, thank you for joining us again. In these letters, they also describe seeing food with mold and worms. It's hard to read. So I guess I want to start with just a sense of how the family is doing right now.
Well, I can read a very brief statement which they gave me earlier today and asked me to read it on this program. And they say, "Even after suffering injustice for over 9 months, we have not lost hope in the American justice system. We have clear evidence of our innocence and believe the truth will prevail. No one should be condemned without proof. This place is both mentally and physically devastating for all human beings, but especially for children. We are not alone. Hundreds of people here can speak to the truth of what happens inside these walls. We are asking for just one thing, our freedom. Set us free so we can finally go home, and don't let our lives vanish in this limbo." I think what... Go ahead.
What is the truth inside those walls?
This is a great historic crime that is taking place inside Dilley. The future generations are going to look back on the treatment that the Trump administration is dealing out to these children and their families, and they will be shocked at how an entire political establishment allowed this treatment to take place, how lawyers defended this, how courts let it happen. Look, when an adult confines a child, denies them medical care, bars them from going to school, feeds them meals that contain dirt and worms and dirty fingernails, they're committing a crime. It's called child abuse. Why is it then that when the Trump administration systematically inflicts these same outrages upon hundreds of children, as a matter of official public policy, they claim that this is somehow enforcing the law? I think millions of Americans are asking themselves that question based on the testimony in these letters.
Erica, you're talking about a matter of law, and so I'm going to ask the obvious question here. Immigration judges have already said that this family should be outside until their case has proceeded through the court. So what is the reason that is being given for the fact that they have not been released?
Well, the government openly admits that it decided to detain this family based not on anything that they did, but based on a crime that their father committed last June in Boulder, Colorado, in which an innocent person was killed. But in this country, it's only in police state dictatorships that the government can throw you in jail for 9 months based on something that somebody else did. And in this case, the government has lost multiple temporary restraining order, has been ordered essentially to release them on multiple occasions or to stop them from being deported unlawfully. And nevertheless, despite this, the Department of Homeland Security, the political leadership in the White House will not relent. They've pursued this family with a degree of sadism that is shocking to the conscience and that should really be something that infuriates people who are watching what's happening to these children.
Eric, we've been talking about what the law requires, what the courts have required, and I'm curious, how does the Trump administration keep getting away with violating the Flores Agreement? And for viewers who may not be familiar, the Flores Agreement limits how long children can be held in detention. I think to no more than 20 days, if I recall correctly. How is it that this keeps getting violated and there are no consequences?
I think it's proof that the attorneys who are fighting that case, trying to get evidence before the court about the government's brazen illegality, are doing their best. But what this shows is that the court system is not going to be the ultimate defender of the rights of this family or hundreds of thousands of other families impacted by the administration's mass detention policy. We are so beyond a point. When you look at the conditions that this family has suffered for 9 months, that's the longest since Dilley was reopened by Trump. The food has had mold, worms, fingernails. They've denied dental care for 9 months to a 5-year-old who has 13 cavities. They made 5-year-old twins wake up screaming every night with nightmares, bedwetting again. It's making one of the children have suicidal ideations, and it denied bond to this family, the immigration judge did in January, in part because they don't have enough money. The children don't have enough money to get out of jail. That's how the immigration system works in this country. That is, if that is legal, then there is something deeply, deeply wrong with the way the law is enforced in this country. But the fact is that it's not even legal under their own rules. The Trump administration is punishing this family for something they didn't do. It's ruining their lives. And I am concerned on a daily basis that one day I'm going to get a call from somebody saying that one of these children has harmed themselves or tried to take their own life. And our appeal is to the population of this country. How can people stand back and allow the most powerful adults in the world to abuse the members of this El Gamal family for 9 months? It's got to end. And we are asking this country to please stand up and stop this from happening in their name.
Eric, I want to ask you very quickly about another part of the law and the process that is alarming so many people. This is the second story of its kind that at least we know of in the last few weeks. But a 31-year-old Haitian woman named Daffy Michel was found dead at a Pittsburgh bus stop, all alone, still wearing an ankle monitor just days after being released by ICE. What are the protocols that are supposed to be followed by federal agents when they release someone?
I mean, the federal government isn't supposed to kill people in this country. They violated that basic principle when they murdered 2 Americans in Minneapolis earlier this year. I think we have to stop pretending. This is a deliberate policy to inflict physical, emotional, and mental harm on non-citizens living in this country who go to the same schools, who work in the same factories and warehouses as American citizens. And the problem is the questions you're asking are directed at what the law can do. But again, the basic question is, what are the people of this country going to do? Because that's the courts have a lot of Trump judicial nominees. The Congress is not doing anything. You know, most of the people in the Republican Party were themselves involved in an insurrection against the Constitution on January 6th. So again, we attorneys are doing everything that we can to defend people like the El Gamals in the immigration court system. But on this, 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, it's the right of the population to abolish the government when it becomes violative of their basic rights. And make no mistake, just because you're a citizen, you're not going to be protected by the dictatorial policies that the White House is testing on people like my 5-year-old twin clients.
Eric Lee, thank you so much for your very important work on this difficult story.